Hey, I am Suleta and this is the story behind. Hey guys, welcome again. Welcome again to this space in Patreon where I will be sharing with you the behind the scenes, the production of my albums, and the writing of the piece for musical theater that I'm writing right now. So, um as I told you in the previous video, in the general introduction video, uh, my life in the last 20 years has been dedicated to music, but mostly to classical music. And in the last 2 years, I started to turn myself into a new field, a field that I explored many years ago, but now I'm really going into like digging into it, and that's why I'm recording this first EP. So the first thing is to tell you about me. Who am I? What am I doing here? And why it's so important for me that you are actually being part of this process and of this team, a group that I call Army of Souls, because it's the souls that are helping me to create, that are supporting me through this process of creation and production of artistic products. So who am I? My name is Juan Zuleta. I was born in Colombia in 1984. Yes, I'm 37. Gosh. And well, I was a guy in the neighborhood, I grew up in a neighborhood, and in that neighborhood I met some friends that played guitar, and I learned to play guitar with them. And I also learned to play guitar with some old guys. My dad introduced me to this group of old musicians. They used to play bolero and Mexican music and music from the cantinas. And I learned to play guitar with them. So I learned to play all these very old songs from the 50s and 60s, and like Mexican ranchera, and some music from Ecuador, Julio Jaramillo, and some really cool music that actually my dad listened this music when maybe he was celebrating or having a drink or something at home. And this is the music from the cantinas, from these old bars. And I grew up learning how to play those songs, how to play in the room. I would sit for hours and hours to play these songs in the guitar. And then when I was a teenager, I met these guys, older teenagers. They were a bit older than me, and they already played some punk music and some heavy metal, and rock music, alternative rock, grunge. And I learned how to play with them also. We learned how to play different chords and different harmonies, and I started listening different kind of music. I grew up listening a lot of rock and roll music and heavy metal because my older brother, he knows a lot of music, and he used to listen a lot of rock and roll. He was a collectionist, so through him I get to know the biggest records in history, and I get to know great rock and roll music and pop music and heavy metal music. And through my friends, I learned how to play those songs. So we created this band when we were teenagers, and we started to write some original music that it's actually, if I look back, it was kind of cheaty music, but it was good for us. It really taught us how to play in a band and what was the attitude. So that's my version of how it started in music. It was nothing like very elegant or anything. I never went to an academy to learn how to read music uh, scores or anything like that. This was my story until I was 16. And when I was 16, I did the admission for the music academy in my city, and I went to study to become a music teacher. And and that's the second episode.